So my name is Duncan Barnett, and I'm the president of the Caribou Cattlemen's Association. And we're a regional group that represents ranchers in the central Caribou and the Chilcotin. And since 2003, when BSE first began to cause us problems, our association has it's been a vehicle for us to try and make some changes and deal with some of the challenges that we've been facing as an industry. And we started out in 2003 with a lot of concern and questions and people not really knowing what to do, what the future held. And I think we realized fairly quickly on that we had to be pretty active in finding solutions, because no one was really going to do it for us. And we began by getting some funding and doing some market research and looking at what our future as a beef producing region might be. And we were quickly told that we had some real natural assets we all knew about, but we probably took them for granted. But our beautiful natural environment and our grasslands, and the fact that we're a lot of small family businesses for the most part. And the suggestion was you guys could really capitalize on that, and instead of just producing beef that goes into the commodity market, you could be accessing your market in Vancouver or Asian markets, because you've got a quality product and it's got some unique attributes. So then we did another study, kind of a feasibility study, and that confirmed what we'd discovered. Or we already knew that, but you know, it told us that we had something that was that had value. And then we began to develop a relationship with Thompson Rivers University and the beef cattle industry sustainability chair, and the people in Williams Lake campus were very interested in working with us and trying to flesh out some of the business models that had been suggested, the direct marketing. And we got talking about how we could develop our marketing skills and refine the grass-fed product and take it direct to the consumer, and looking at different business structures and so on. And some of our members were pretty skeptical about the change that was involved here, and others thought it was just great. And we ended up with a core group that had the blessing of the majority to, you know, go ahead and look at some of these ideas. And that's basically what we've been doing for the last few years, and it's really kind of gelled into well, it's a school now that we're putting on for our members, and it's open to anybody else as well in the industry or interested partners. And this particular school that we're doing right now has 3 parts to it. And the first part, which was back at the end of March, was a grass-fed finishing model, where we looked at not just the production practices but the economics of taking a cow-calf operation and taking those calves right through to a finished product that goes to slaughter and to market, and what the numbers looked like and what's involved in doing that. So that was part 1, and that you could call that a sort of an overview for the grass-fed production model. And part 2 is these forage field days that we're having now. We realized that, well, we need some new skills, because we're not just developing or raising animals for the commodity market to take into the auction and to sell, and who really knows where they go. We're trying to create a product that is going to go to the consumer with our name behind it. And so we have to have a consistent quality product, and we have a lot of knowledge, but we don't always put it together to follow the complete production model from start to finish, or pasture to plate is another way to put it. So that's what these schools are about. We're looking at how do we grow forage for the cow-calf and for the finishing in particular, so that these animals that we take to market can be consistent quality grass-fed beef that the consumer is going to cut into and say, this is good, I want more, where do I get this? So we're developing our skills and developing our capacity as an industry group to raise a consistent quality product. If we were a big company, one big company, we could have a marketing or a research and development arm, but we don't. We're a whole collection of like 130 small businesses, and we're each very good at producing, and we've learned how to do things in our environment, but we're trying to take it to the next level. So we do need some new skills, whether it's for some people in marketing, some people in the finishing the beef, and some of it is almost like people skills and getting to work with your neighbor and build, well, what should we call them, just working relationships. So maybe you don't have the resources to do the complete picture, but if you work with your neighbor or somebody down the road, you can put things together and get the job done. So that's what these schools do. We're learning a few new skills in terms of grazing and finishing our animals, and some ideas about working together and doing some things differently. And we're doing it in not just one environment, but we're going around the region and doing it in 4 different environments, so that hopefully every member that attends can find something that applies to their operation, something they can take home. So that was part 2. The third part of the field school, which is going to happen later in July, I believe. September, is going to be on carcass grading. So once we've finished those animals on forage and they go to the slaughterhouse, we want to make sure that they truly are finished. So the third component of our field school will be kind of like a judging exercise and looking at live animals and seeing if they have the characteristics of an animal that's finished, ready for slaughter. And then we'll follow that through and look at carcasses hanging in the cooler to see what the various animals, sort of like the before and after picture. And we'll have some qualified butchers and graders working with us that can point out the characteristics of a side of beef, and everything from the fat cover and the marbling and the size of the ribeyes and the things that we're looking for to give the consumer the product that they want. And that will help us to be producing the live animals that are transformed into the finished product that we can hopefully get the high value for. And of course all of that contributes to the sustainability of our industry and the profitability of it, and that translates back to the health of the land and the families and all of those things. So our partners in this are, besides our industry group is putting some funding in, Thompson Rivers University has been instrumental. I don't know if I need to name names, but everybody from Jillian Watt, the business mentor, and John Church, the cattle industry chair, and Wendy Gardner with the range, the natural resources program, Locke Fraser, Shirley Pat Gale is our business mentor in the Williams Lake campus.